There's some research out of Cal Davis. Gratitude lowers cortisol by nearly 30%. It boosts your immune system. Research out of Penn, it lowers depression and anxiety. Research out of Duke, it shows people who are grateful and optimistic are more successful, make more money, are more resilient. They win more in business and sports. So it's like, I want all that. We actually can live longer with this positive, this gratitude practice. So okay, I gotta start doing this. But I like systems. This is from author James Clear. We don't rise to our goals, we fall to our systems. So having a system of gratitude. So the first one I did is I wrote a journal called the Rise Journal. And it's this Goals V acronym. Goals V. So wake up with a goal, a vision, a purpose, and intent. But then how we get there is process over outcome. So G is we start our day with gratitude. We do this gratitude checklist before we do anything. And I like to say, lower your threshold for gratitude and just do an inventory. But don't just think it, feel it. It could be person, place, thing, or experience, something you are excited about to look forward to. I think some people just do the exercise, but they don't really feel it. Remember,
yeah, it's an important element.
So our body produces 5 million cells per day. Your cells have memory. They are listening. We can think ourselves into sickness. We can think ourselves into pain. So if gratitude is a magnet for miracles, gratitude changes your mood. It changes your frequency. You can't give what you don't have. You can't be anger, bitter, hateful, and grateful at the same time. So this Goals V system I started developing, it was G is gratitude, O is what's my objective for the day, A is affirmations, L is learn, growth mindset, S is service, V is to visualize my goals as if they're already done. And then when I train people, I was like, you probably won't do 6 things. So we can maybe do 3. So I developed what's called the HA method. So we're going to breathe for a minute. Then H is gratitude. I have. Think of what you have. Like, again, listeners, honest question. When you wake up in the morning, first thing you do you look at your phone and compare yourself and look in the mirror. I don't have this, don't have that. Well, that's really not a productive pattern.
No gadgets before God.
That's a good one. And then I am is just affirming. I guess that's another form of gratitude. It's just affirming who you are, not who you aren't. So I'm an amazing father. I love my wife. I'm trained for this. I'm worthy of this. I'm going to trust. I can't wait to crush it today with Charlie on this podcast. And then I will is gratitude for the future that hasn't even happened yet. So you identify your intention, what you want, your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. And it's not that you just don't have it yet. You have it. You have it. It's yours. Your spirit doesn't age. Your flesh does. It's yours. You just don't have it yet. So we visualize and imagine and use all of our senses. This is called imagery. This fact that everything happens twice, first in our mind, then in real life. The brain can't tell the difference between a real imagined event. So that's gratitude for what you have, who you are, and what you're going to get in the future, as if it's already yours. Now imagine how your life would be if you did that every single day.
I do it every single day. It's our gratitude affirmation. It's our Gaia. It's our it's how I start my day. And I think if you're struggling with the feeling of gratitude, I've worked out this kind of little bit of a kind of mindset strategy to imagine not having what I'm grateful for, and it totally changes the way I feel about having it. When I think about I'm grateful for my kids, do I really feel grateful for my kids? Do I really feel grateful for that I've raised 2 amazing children, that God's given me? Imagine not having them. Wow. It takes my gratitude up, and then I can feel it. So thank you for talking about how important registering that feeling of gratitude
But I think
is.
we need to, it's again, systems.
Yeah.
So this is called habit stacking. Pick a habit you already do and attach a new habit you want to it. So I do a quick HA method in the morning first thing before
But that's not it.
What's that? Well,
But that's not it.
Well, just watch this. Before my feet even touch the ground, I go through the HA just to prime the mind. And then I'll do exercise after I work out physically. I'll write down the HA method. And then I'll really spend some time with mindfulness and visualize breathing and then feel those things. But in my household, we try at least once a day to play what's called happy breakfast, happy lunch, or happy dinner. Where imagine 7 of us, we have 5 kids, 9, 7, 5, 3, and 2. I'm trying to teach these things to our kids early. So we play happy breakfast, happy dinner, whatever it is, lunch. And every kid says one thing that makes them happy. And then we count to 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we pound the table. Happy, you know? And then I challenge myself, not every day, but maybe probably 5 times a week, to do a happy or gratitude or abundance walk.
Right.
Where I go outside and using mindfulness tactics, senses, experience, and just walk and just feel and just notice, think, prayer of love and abundance. And when I'm just giving thanks, just noticing, giving thanks and thinking about these things. So, but we have to have systems in place. So we talk about how do you get your body conditioned? Hey, we're going to pick, pecs, glutes, shoulders, back, and we do lifts. Well, for our emotional fitness, for our mental fitness, let's pick some key mental muscle groups and train them with drills. Part of our work this morning was, Charlie, here's the concept you're going to teach. Well, what drills can we do to foster and strengthen those skills?
Yeah, it's so, and again, it's where the good stuff lies. It's like working out a muscle, and like these guardrails of life. If you don't work, if I should speak for myself, I spent a lot of time not even knowing these mental, emotional muscles existed, let alone how to train them to serve me. And I spent a lot of time literally in the gutter of life, because if my values, if my principles, if my mental conditioning, the things that I want to feel, think, and do aren't strong, then in the face of adversity, challenge, and change, trust me when I tell you this, your most active response could be your weakest attribute. Because that's the one I was strengthening. I was strengthening my avoidance muscle. I wanted to be courageous, but I was strengthening my avoidance muscle, and I was using drugs and alcohol to numb the pain of a life I didn't want. And so when adversity, challenge, and change came, my strongest response was my weakest attribute. I went to avoidance because it's the only muscle I had worked out. Today, my strongest attribute is courage, honesty, integrity. And let me tell you, in the face of adversity, challenge, and change, this person sitting in front of you and this person sitting across from me have a strategy, have a system to deal with adversity, challenge, and change that does not require drugs, alcohol, or avoidance. It requires honesty, integrity, servant leadership. Yeah. Those are strong.
100%.
And those keep me out of the gutters.
Well, and then let's just bring this home, baby. Let's bring this home. Service, man.
Service.
It's not about you. So brain science tells us when you serve and help people, your brain produces dopamine and serotonin. But maybe the mother of all happy chemicals is oxytocin. Harvard did research dating back to the 1930s. It's still going on, the longest research study on happiness, and they found the number one source of happiness is not car, income, baller house. It's relationships. And the best way to improve relationships is to have this servant mindset. How can I help? I teach our kids, seek to serve, don't swerve.
Hendersons are helpers.
And we have a family motto, that's Hendersons help.
That's it.
I'm like, yo, kids, what do Hendersons do? Help, And I asked them one question at the end of the day, who'd you help today? So, but part of that is being around a community, being around a tribe. Your vibe attracts your tribe. You're a byproduct of the 5 people that you hang out with the most. So why don't you be the person that you want to be around? Being kind, empathetic, listening. We don't have to have the answers or the other solutions. Just be there, be available, just that presence. But it's so fun to see what happens to you in life when you start hanging out with the right people. And you start noticing their habits, their traits. And peer pressure goes both ways.
That's right.
Peer pressure goes both ways. It can go negative or positive. So, and I would say maybe the most life-changing thing you can do, listeners, right now, if you have some goals, aspirations to get better. And this maybe sound kind of hardcore, but there are 3 types of people that are in our life: a negative or a minus, a 0, and a plus. So a minus, they are taking energy. They're lazy, they're negative, they're a victim, they're bad-mouthing everything, they're maybe noticing, they only talk about or maybe you're having success and they talk crap about it because they want to pull you down. Or there's like a 0, which is really not above or below. They're not giving or taking, which those are fine. But these pluses are one that they're elevating you. Are you an energy taker or an energy maker? Attitudes are contagious. Are you a fountain or a drain? Are you a vitamin or a virus? So let's get around some people that are going to elevate us. A rising tide lifts all ships. And let's just make kindness normal. Let's make optimism normal. Let's make resilience normal. Let's make empathy normal. Let's make big, crazy freaking goals normal. Let's make serving people normal. Let's make creativity normal. Well, it's hard to do those things if you're around a bunch of negative people.
It is.
So let's get yourself around, get a mentor, get a coach, be a part of a small group, and your life's going to change. This is a law of success.